Hey guys, so in this video, let's talk about how you can use Pag-Ibig's MP2 as a source of emergency fund or something that can give you savings for emergency purposes. If you want to know more about that, check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get updated every time I create new content about investing, about the stock market, anything that will help you reach your goals of financial freedom. Like in this video, we're gonna drill down further on what MP2 really is. So if you'd like to know more, keep on and stay till the end of the video. Hey guys, so this is part 4 of our installation about the Pag-Ibig's MP2. As you all know, the whole goal and the narrative of me creating videos like this is to help you have the right option so that you get to pick, you get to select, and you get to know what investment will fit you as well. If you've guys been learning from the previous videos that I created regarding MP2, comment below. I want to hear your thoughts about it. Comment I'm learning if this is something that's helping you as well. For those who have not seen it yet, I'll try to put the playlist on the cards above so that you can also see part 1, 2, and 3. So if you're feeling lost on what it actually is and how you can actually benefit from it, my suggestion is you watch the first 3 videos first so you get to have context on what MP2 really is. So what I did over the past videos is I basically talked about MP2 in terms of it being a vehicle for you for retirement, meaning the long-term applications about MP2 as well. Meaning if you want to invest, you can leave it up until 5 years and then have it compound for you. So that's the benefit for those who have longer time frames that want to invest and then just make it compound. The name of the game is compounding interest. The name of the game is for you to be able to let your money grow and make it massively increase for you as well. And that's my highly recommended scenario for it, especially if you're a type of investor who's very, very conservative, but not just conservative. You also want to compound your money and get a better yield than what you would get from time deposits or banks or some preferred shares as well. The second way that I approached it is that you can get your dividends every year, especially if you're retired already, especially if you need the money, you would need it for, I don't know, day-to-day expenses, you would need it for cash flow. Then you can take out the dividends on a yearly basis up until the 5th year as well. So that's a second option for those who want cash flow. So this can give you compounded growth if you're in it for the long term. This could give you cash flow if you're someone who already needs the cash flow for their day-to-day expenses. What I did not discuss over the past videos, and I placed this question among if you wanted me to discuss it, how can you use the Pag-Ibig MP2 as some sort of an emergency fund, as an emergency buffer as well. Before I continue about that also, I'd like to take this time and opportunity to educate you on what an emergency fund really is. Please remember, an emergency fund or emergency savings is anything that if something bad happens to you, something bad happens to your family, or there's something that is not projected, not part of the daily operations, not part of the daily expenses, not part of what you do on your day-to-day grind, that's where the emergency fund will actually kick in. Basically, the job of an emergency fund or emergency savings is that so that you have cash. If something bad happens, you don't have to go into debt. If something bad happens, you already have money that's ready to be able to protect you, to be able to create a standby buffer that will help you. So before I continue with this Pag-Ibig MP2 application of savings and investing as an emergency fund, please remember this does not also excuse you that you do not have a bank account. You need to have a bank account for your emergency fund still. That's still the basic and most important priority before going into any Pag-Ibig fund, before going into anything. People will say, if I put my money in the bank, talo ako, yung bank lang yung mayaman kasi pinapaloan nila yung pera ko. But that's true in a way that you won't really earn a lot when you go into the bank. But please remember this, the goal of going into the bank is not really to make you rich. The goal of putting in money in savings accounts and time deposits is, if you need the money, you can take it out anytime. If you need the money's there. If you need liquidity, the name of the game is liquidity. So any amount of money that needs that you would need from a short span of time, or meaning you would need quickly, don't be scared to put it in the bank. The only time putting your money in the bank is not worth it is basically, alam mo yun, yung if everything is there, you don't have any investments, you don't have any business, everything is in the bank, that's where it becomes risky. That's where it becomes not worth your time and money anymore, because you need to have other asset classes that will work massively hard for you. Now, if you already have money in the bank, you already have savings accounts, you already have time deposits, you are already very, very liquid. This is where the Pag-Ibig MP2 can work also for you as an emergency fund. So if you'd like me to proceed, comment "I'm ready." Please proceed. Let's go. So basically, here's how it goes. No, they have some qualifications. They have some parameters that can cause you to early terminate your plan. Meaning, as what I've mentioned previously, for Pag-Ibig's MP2, it's normally 5 years. Since it's 5 years, you cannot take out your money in that 5 year span. Meaning you have to see it through and let it finish up until the end. However, there are some conditions that you can use, you can do, that if these conditions are satisfied, you can pre-terminate your plan, and that's where the emergency fund, emergency savings mechanism or technique for the Pag-Ibig MP2 will happen. So what are the conditions where you can pre-terminate your Pag-Ibig MP2? Number one, total disability, meaning you're totally disabled. I'll try to find the list no, on what their conditions are that will satisfy that you're totally disabled. Pero sana wag mangyari, no? Syempre, you don't want to use this money to be able to claim the emergency benefit of it as well. But if you're totally disabled, number one, you can claim the money, you can use it right away, you can early terminate it already. Number two, total insanities. I hope that no one claims this. If you get deemed that you're totally insane, probably by a doctor, you can also claim your amount as well. Number three, if you lose your job. But if you lose your job due to sickness. So I don't know if they have qualifications on the gravity of the sickness that will qualify for this, but if you lose your job, and then you probably could show evidence. I'll try to make another video if you want me to make another video about the specifics, the details of what kind of sickness will be qualified, what kind of loss of job will be qualified, what kind of disability will be qualified. Put them in the comment section, say I want to know more, then I'll try to make another video off of that. But if you lose your job via sickness, then you can early terminate it, and then you can get the money that you contributed. I'll have to see. Most likely they will prorate the dividends. What's going to happen is, if you're in the third year, most likely you will get the dividends from the first, second, and third year compounded plus the capital that you have as well. Or if you've already gotten the first and second year, if you choose an annual plan, most likely you will just get the third year's worth of dividends as well. Or pag hindi umabot, most likely you'll just get the return on your capital. So I'll try to clear that as well if you get the dividends. But the reason why I'm showing this to you is that if bad things happen, it's not just yung like other investments that you cannot take them out. You cannot take them out when emergency items will happen. This creates a mechanism that if an emergency happens to your family, you can still use the money. You can take out the money, especially when bad things happen. And number four, and this is very, very important for people who are like breadwinners. It serves some sort of it's like a life insurance na rin. If you die, something bad happens to you, and you pass away, you move on to glory, you go to heaven. The money can be pre-terminated, and most likely it will go to whoever the beneficiary is, or the wife or the next of kin. So I have to check if you can nominate also who you want to be as beneficiary, so it works like a life insurance na din, or it's something that similar to the loss, it will go to the next of kin, or it will go to whoever legally can take and receive the money as well. So those are the four applications: total disability, total insanity, loss of job due to sickness, and debt. So those are the four conditions where your money in the Pag-Ibig's MP2 can be early terminated. Now, do I suggest that you early terminate it? For example, total disability would happen. My suggestion is this, or you lose your job because of sickness. My suggestion is this: use your cash first. Use your emergency fund first, because things might turn up and get better, and you might find other sources of income that you don't have to remove your investment here. So again, first things first, in the hierarchy of how you withdraw your emergency funds, the most liquid first. Savings accounts, checking accounts first, then time deposits, then probably if you have IMAs, you can do that as well. Then lastly, you take out the Pag-Ibig MP2. Or another solution that you can have is if your stocks are up or if your bonds are in a gain, you can take profits on that. You can take that and you can use that first so that you don't get, this doesn't get hit. But syempre, you also have to weigh it. Eh. If you have a bigger potential to earn in the stock market based on the way you positioned your stocks versus this MP2, then sell MP2, then just hold your positions in the stock market. By the way, that's a good idea. Comment below if you want me to compare the stock market versus MP2. What are the conditions that will make MP2 better than stocks, and what are the conditions that will make stocks better than MP2? But I guess that's it. This is just to show you that the MP2 is very, very flexible, that it can hit whatever financial stage you are in, that whatever financial stage you are in, if it's done well, it's done properly, it can help you also win. It can help you reach your goals of financial freedom. It can also not just make your money grow, it can also not just give you cash flow, but it can also hedge you, it can also protect you. And that's how you make a solid financial plan. That's how you make solid investments as well. So before I end the video, I'd like to take this time to plug the next series of events that I will have there in the description below. But just so you know, February Taiwan in the description, March Stock Smarts Manila, May Stock Smart Singapore. Then I will be in London this April. For those who want to know more naman about my books, they're in Shopee. All of them is in the description below as well. And I guess that's it. The reason why I do the seminars, the reason why I do the books as well is I believe that people learn in different types, shapes, and forms. There are people like you who love learning via YouTube, but there are also a group of people that love learning via classroom setting. They can ask questions when they want, whenever they want. And there are people also who just love to consume via reading. Nagulat nga ako eh. There are a lot of people who love reading via ebooks, but there are some people still that like to highlight. They like the physical feel of them having paper. That's why we still have our paperback books as well. So that's it. I think I'll probably do a different set of topics based on MP2 as well. And then for those who commented about SSS Flexi Fund, I'm doing another video about that also. I'm also doing a video about MP2 versus SSS, MP2 versus stock market, MP2 versus premium bonds as well. Or if you have any other suggestions on what topics you want me to talk about for MP2, I'm gonna do it, because again, that's why I do things. I want you guys to win, and I want this channel to be something that will help Filipinos not just get entertained, but also be educated, because yun we need it. We need to see a generation of Filipinos that will decide that they will take control of their financial future for the better as well. And I've gotten so many messages from you guys, comments that thank you for the videos, that I deserve more subscribers now. Thank you so much. It's really heartwarming to be able to hear messages like that, because that's basically the reason that I do what I do, because I know that content like this is something that's needed for so many people. So the more I study about MP2, the more impressed I am that this is something that is beneficial for Filipinos who are risk averse, for people who want to get a better yield of return for as compared to time deposits, for people who want to compound money for the long term, for people who want to get cash flow, and now you can now have it as some sort of life insurance protection if ever you get disabled, if ever you get sick, or if ever death happens in the family. So that's it for now. Marvin Guillermo, we're at the start of the year. I'm pushing you, I'm urging you that you can do more. Make your 2020 your best year yet. Make this year the greatest investment year that you've ever had. Make this year, if you earned $1 million last year, aim for 2. If you've got 2 million, aim for 4. Never stop increasing your dreams. Never stop pushing for your dreams. Never stop dreaming higher. Never stop also pursuing it. Keep on pushing, keep on pursuing. I'll be here every step of the way. Ako, the happiest I'll be is if you guys do better than me. I'm not the type of person that I want to be the guru. I've never even claimed of being that. I just want to be the person who helps people to get better. I just want to be the person who ushers people to be the best versions of themselves as well. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Guillermo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.